Hey, today's topic is change. Sometimes all you need is change. Or one of the things I used to say was change is almost as good as vacation. So to that end, 2 months ago, my wife found a new paper contract. That is how we make 90% of our income, deliver newspapers. It's a pretty good gig. We actually get paid to exercise. So as I'm walking, driving, hopping out of the car, running up to houses, I'm getting paid to exercise. It's so cool. It's helped me lose over 120 pounds and keep it off. My wife's lost 60 pounds, and she's only recently gone from a driving route with 70 customers where she barely ever had to get out of the house to a bigger route now with 120 customers and 20 or 30 businesses, and she's in and out of the car all the time. She's getting trimmer, fitter, healthier. She follows the Michael's Health Answers program. Um, Sometimes the move forward isn't obvious. So when she took that new job 2 months ago, it put pressure on a very part-time job she had, another newspaper gig. So they had a chance to take my wife on as permanent part-time and qualify her for medical and dental benefits. Instead, they brought somebody in from out of town, paid them to move, and gave them more hours. When my wife found out about this, she was totally offended. She was totally hurt. So I talked her through the whole process. We figured out that we were still $300 ahead every month, even if she didn't keep the second very small part-time job. So on Friday, after doing 2 days of relief, which is really what they keep her around for, she gave her 2 weeks' notice, and she'll be leaving their employ. Sometimes employers just need a reminder that they can't take advantage of people forever and expect them to stick around. My wife had been there working 4 hours a week 48 weeks a year and getting full-time 3 or 4 weeks a year when her supervisor went away on his annual vacation. And the suggestion had always been that more hours would be given to her as they came available. And the company came up with 20 hours and didn't give them to her, so we felt we had no choice but to pack our tent and move on. Sometimes it's just not worth the extra hassle. So it isn't directly about me, it isn't directly about my online business, but if things line up and you can get rid of 2 small contracts and get a bigger contract, that's a win-win. So she's going to end up making an extra $400 a month, and literally in the same amount of time she used to work total. So I really think it's a huge benefit. Plus, she won't have the stress of having to figure out for 3 or 4 weeks a year a job with hundreds of moving pieces that keeps getting more and more complicated annually as the company downsizes and puts more of a burden on their employees. It becomes harder and harder each day for the employees asked to do the job to get it done. And that would be especially hard on my wife who only gets to do the full-time job 3 or 4 weeks a year. So sometimes the best thing is just to say, it's not my problem, give it up and move on. I am so happy she has chosen to do this. The fact that it happened the weekend of my birthday has significance to me. The fact that she's made 2 changes in the last 90 days shows there's been a huge shift. Let's face it, one of the jobs she'd had for 8 years, one of the jobs she had for 6 years, and they've both gone down in pay in the last year. So sometimes the answer is to move on. So that's it. That's all I got today. Thanks for listening. We'll talk soon. Bye.